Hey, City Center Baptist Church family, it's Pastor Brad coming to you from DDQ headquarters. Digging Deeper question number 1 this week asks, based on Genesis 1:26 to 28, how would you define the image of God? Where does it originate? Who does it apply to? And why does it matter? The creation story of Genesis chapter 1 has been a battlefield for centuries. Some see it as pure mythology, while others as actual history. What is often overlooked is who wrote it and to whom it was written. Moses is the apparent author, and he was writing to a large group of former slaves who were making an exodus from Egypt and going to a new land promised them by their God. They had been oppressed for 400 years and were needing to recover their roots, to know who they were, why they were slaves in Egypt, why they existed, and where they were going. Moses wrote so they could know their origins and their future. As slaves, they were mistreated and considered inferior by their captors in Egypt. Anyone who has suffered abuse and oppression by another would be able to relate to the feelings of worthlessness and woundedness. The people of Israel were being released and redeemed by their God, leaving their life of slavery and becoming a new nation under his sovereignty. Thus, knowing who they were and the reason for their existence was crucial. So in response, Moses wrote Genesis. In the first chapter, verses 26 to 28, we have the key text on the image of God. This came at the very beginning of humanity's existence, prior to the appearance of people, civilizations, or cultures. God gathered his heavenly court and decided to make a creature that reflected something of himself. Image and likeness are two terms that describe human beings who are in some way reflecting the form and function of their creator. No other creature is described in similar language. The emphasis is primarily on a spiritual resemblance rather than a physical. This meant that humans possessed the God-given mental and spiritual capabilities to relate to God and to serve him as his representatives to rule over the rest of creation. Therefore, the image of God originates from God. He made us. We didn't make ourselves. It applies to all people regardless of gender, race, nationality, giftedness, language, or access to resources. This image was given us before the fall into sin. In the fall, the image was defaced but not erased, as one of my seminary professors used to say. The good news of the gospel is that one day when Jesus returns, the curse will be reversed, and we will be restored to who we were originally designed to be. The image of God has profound implications. It is passed down from parents to children in every generation, as Genesis 5:1-3 indicates. Murder is considered a heinous sin and is a capital offense because it destroys someone made in the image of God, according to Genesis 9:6. And speaking to others carefully matters, according to James 3:9, because they are made in God's image. We can't curse people and bless God at the same time. Thus, the fact that every person is made in the image of God means everyone possesses intrinsic value in God's sight, regardless of what they do, where they came from, or apart from their performance. All people are precious because God made them. They may have strayed far from him, they may never acknowledge him, but they are still his creatures. Thus, we are to treat all people as special, even those who are hard to love. Give everyone respect and treat them with dignity. That also applies to how you look at yourself. No one is unworthy of love, respect, and dignity, including yourself, no matter your background or what you have or haven't done. Always remember you are a beautiful, valuable creation of God, capable of knowing him and serving him in this world. This has been Pastor Brad coming to you from DDQ headquarters.